Step 1.
And repeat after me. I do solemnly, sincerely and truly declare.
I saw what?
I do solemnly,
I do solemnly, sincerely,
and truly declare
and
affirm that the testimony I shall give
and affirm the testimony I shall give
shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
shall be the truth, what? The whole truth, and the truth.
Shall be the
Please
truth,
keep the laughter to a minimum, thank
and
you.
nothing but the truth.
Okay, but not the truth.
Yeah. Okay.
And this one without laughter, please.
Okay, state your name.
Christopher Brown.
And repeat after me. I do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare.
I do solemnly, sincerely, and clearly declare.
And affirm that the testimony I shall give.
And affirm that the testimony I shall give.
Shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Thank you. 6 feet.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Marshall. I don't think any of those were said 100% correct, but we shall continue. Prosecution. Who should be reading the opening statement today?
I shall be, Your Honor.
In that case, if you would like to come up to the front, and we should be ready to start.
Sure. Thank you, Your Honor, and people of the court. I am Mr. Drop, and today I'm representing my client, Captain Lip.
Please hold one moment. I do apologise, Mr. Drop.
Oh, by all means.
What happened?
Oh boy.
Mr. EMT. Mr. EMT, I suggest you wipe that smirk off your face and step this way, please.
You having a baby? You having a baby?
Just step up here for me. And your name?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
And what the hell do you think you're doing in my courtroom?
I was trying to use the radio. Sorry, sir.
You were trying... Wipe that grin off your face. You think, by trying to use your radio, that gives you a reason to assault that poor woman?
No.
No, but you still did it. Did you? And rather than apologising and doing your duty as a medic and checking if they're okay, you thought it'd be good to laugh at them. And call them pregnant, was that?
Sorry.
It's okay. You're okay. I'm here now.
Mr. Mayor, you will be getting a card from me by the end of the court.
Okay. Channel switched.
Mr. Amir?
Yeah?
Who is your boss? What's his name?
Mr. Marcel?
Mr. Marcel. Mr. Marshall?
Yep.
Could you please get in touch with this Marcel chap and inform him that Amir over here will be serving a 30-minute jail detention in the cell out back for assault on this woman and for disrupting my court case.
Yeah, we'll do. What do you want me to do that now, or?
If you want to take him back and put him away in that cell so we can punch the bars instead of people.
Okay.
And let his command know. Disgraceful behaviour, and you think you can just laugh it away.
Sorry, sir.
Get him out.
Oh,
get him the other way. That's the office. Get him out my room.
Just testing you.
Chop, get a move on. Get out. Out!
Close the door.
Sister Mary, I must ask, are you okay?
Oh, my nose is broke.
Oh.
Oh yeah, wait.
Oh.
See, I have my duty for that later, but Your Honor, is it okay to proceed?
If you could bear with us just one moment, what we'll do is when this marshal's back in, we'll make sure a medic is on their way to assist the lady that's just been assaulted, and once we know they're on their way, we'll allow you to continue. I do apologise for the delay.
Thank you. No, absolutely no problem.
Judge,
Do you need
Yep.
backups?
he has a call to respond to. He's asking if we can go.
Is it 100% he's needed?
Not sure.
Yeah, Marcel. Do you need backup or?
Hello?
Ah, sorry. Second or?
Hello?
10-4. Right, no need to kill him.
Lock him away.
I'm okay.
Okay, follow me.
There we are. There's a medic that's just
Hello.
come in here now. If we can give him a couple of minutes, if you want to seek some attention with him, feel free. We can wait just one moment.
I'll be at your location in a second.
Your Honor, if it is correct,
Yeah, of course you
if
can.
they
It's
could rush
simple.
themselves here. I mean, just the mayor doesn't sound the best health at the moment.
Well, there is a medic at the back. Miss, ma'am, if you feel any nauseous or any pains anyway through the court, I do give you permission and only you to get up and go and talk to any medic that's in the room. But, Mr. Drop, feel free to continue.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
Your
yes,
Honor.
you can. You can watch it. You were asking if
Saying
you could watch
again,
it, and I just
thank
kind
you
of
everyone
ignored that.
Attendance. Sorry again, Mrs. Mary, Sister Mary, about that. That was very wrong of that gentleman. And that goes to show yet again that we are being a little abused by our EMTs and CLPD around these places nowadays.
No
That's why I had to
mess again,
step
you
up here
naughty
today.
boy.
In another matter of that, I am here with my plaintiff, Captain Whip,
What
as
you
we
gonna say?
have evidence that proves to us today that he was not involved in any way, shape, or matter of the court charges that were put against him and that he actually served. So today we'll be looking at evidence such as that, and God bless the people of Tanoa. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And just for the court here, could you just explain to us very briefly? You said he served some time for some crimes. How long exactly did he serve?
He has served on charges such as, let me just read it. Give me one moment, I'm pulling it through my documents here.
Didn't have it prepped. Told him to be prepped. Naughty, naughty.
Hello.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have some starting materials.
Okay, can you all hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
I have
Okay, sorry,
yeah,
I'm just
I
lagging
can.
out. Okay, so my client has been
not sure
jailed
if-
for
don't
3
remember
times
if
of
we can
accessory
remove
murder
stuff
with a
from the
weapon,
builder
5
club
times murder or
without
accessory to
demolishing
murder,
everything.
and has 4 times of aiding and abetting. So, with that, he's looking to get a little compensation for the jail time that he has served with that. He does have workers that he works for and pays quite often, so he looks at it, it's 600k per hour that he would at least be making when he was not jailed. And he typically does olive, steel, and many others toward his ventures. But he also was also asking for 8.9 million as a total of the sum, so we are hoping for just that.
To just clarify, that's 8.9 million.
8.9 million, yes.
And okay. Anything else?
I'm what?
Nope, that'd be it, Your Honor.
Your wife was on the road.
Caesar?
Yeah.
Defense, on what you've heard, do you have
There's a
anything
hunting
you
zone
would
here.
like
told
to
her
add
to
or
stay
bring up?
home.
Yeah, I would just like to say, on the counterpart,
It
we
is
also have
how she
our
makes money
evidence
at
that
night.
Captain Whip was involved in the crimes, and
Exactly.
every charge he had is accurate. However, I shall let Mr. Drop begin with his evidence, and we'll discuss it.
Please be seated.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Back to the prosecution. We shall start with the first piece of evidence that you wish to show the court.
This
so if
would
you
be
could show
the
the
one
whole
I'm
court this
making on
evidence. Obviously, mention the time,
Just gonna be one
anything like
floor.
that we'd need to
Fuck, I missed
be able
one.
to find it.
Why I missed that
Take your
stage?
time, just explaining exactly what it is.
Okay.
Oh.
Would it be right to ask Captain Whip to be going up for questioning up front?
It sure can be.
I will have Captain Whip go to the front.
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection denied. Please let them continue.
Yeah, I think this is a good spot.
I've already told you once. Keep your mouth buttoned until it's your turn to talk. Please continue.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, no?
Yes.
How are you doing today, Mr. Whip?
Doing very well.
Very good to hear.
Yes.
Mr. Whip, can you tell me what you were doing
That was not the question.
when you were charged for these crimes? On what
What
day
was the
and
question?
approximately what time?
So then why are you coming here?
I can't
Giving
remember
out all the info.
time, but I remember I just woke up. I was in my pajamas, and these two
unlikely.
right here. They were looking for a certain black individual. They saw me, and they said arrest him. They brought me to jail. Gave me two crackers for 8 hours to eat. And
I think we need one more floor at least. Like,
Oh yes, I do remember Mr. Marley.
I think we need one more
He had his court case.
row of walls
I presume the charges that you were charged with
so we can
were,
fit the truck
based on
inside, you know.
of Charles Marley being for the chair. Correct?
correct.
Foundation is
And you
capped
were
at
hired
30.
by Judge Isaac Parker, I believe it was.
Correct.
I was also there for this court case. I actually got traps when
I already
was
got that.
ambushed. So I wasn't.
What do you have? 30?
Evidence, but
Like it's 5 by 5, so 25. Where is 30?
So Mr. Whip, what can you tell me?
Yeah,
was
it says
done
max
that
30,
day? You
and I
told
couldn't build
me,
anything.
That you were hired by the judge, and that is all you knew of.
Yep, I was hired by the judge, and I was told
Objection,
to watch
Your Honor.
outside of the court.
Oh, I think it's
So I was hired by the judge.
could be per
Front and
per person, so it possibly counts the other one as well.
entrance for anybody.
Okay, you can say to me that you did a 10 out of 10 job, and you do not let anyone.
Check the
without
stats.
weapon or ammo on them.
Check the stats
I
on
was
the
29, I think, at the...
yeah. Check the walls and shit. Something that you don't have here.
Seeming as you guys can't keep your mouth quiet. What is it?
Speculation questions. Those should not be asked. You shouldn't be asking him and telling him what to answer. This is not how actually a lawyer does his job. And all the questions
Setting him in the menu.
I'm actually narrated, and obviously been discussed before. So
Oh, it's
I'd like him to go back or ask actual questions and true ones.
Your Honor, I am
objection is
simply trying to
noted.
get back.
Shift.
Your
Hold
objection is
shift.
noted, but I am going to allow
Yeah.
Mr. Drop to continue.
As you
Thank
say,
you, Your Honor.
Let's
To
see.
counter that point, Your Honor, I am simply trying to
Foundation
get background
23
information
out
on
of
Mr. Whip about the day,
Okay.
as this is the day of the big
And everything else is 0.
jumble that I know that we all were
Items
part of, at least
25
a
out of
portion of us were
500.
part
What do
of.
I have for items?
But
So yeah, it seems like it counts the other,
standing in the front
you
of
know, the cross
front of the
as
lobby,
well.
and you were told just to guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I was there.
So
Shooting started happening. I believe closely to when the court case was ending, and apparently
I just have to
cops
put
were
a-
shooting cops, as one of the officers told me. So and then one of the terrorists had dressed up, or a couple of terrorists.
shouldn't matter that much,
got their gear
but
shooting at people.
as we
So,
won't build anything
I
big,
taken
right?
my gun out to first defend myself, and
Yeah.
second of all, ID anybody.
Yeah,
who
I'm
might
gonna
be
build in
an
this.
assailant.
Okay. Now, when you heard these shots, what was the initial mindset that was going through your mind? Because you told me
Should be
also
okay,
that
yes?
you did not receive any radio
Yeah.
transmissions from
Make
any
it
of the
your
guys
power.
hired by the judge
Yeah.
as well.
What?
Negative.
I was thinking to not make anything fancy,
That would
just
be
a
all your
regular.
Yeah, just you know, some walls maybe have, you know,
You were hired
airlocks and shit
judge
like
at
that
the time, is that correct?
inside.
Mhm.
Correct.
And were you hired as part of a company, part of a
So-
group, or were you just hired individually?
We should build
Hired by the judge.
each of us, one for each, right?
But as from a company, like, do you work for a company, or were you just hired as
no.
Sorry?
just individually?
Should you build one for each, or we use the same?
That's all. Do you have anything?
Could
else
I
for Mr.
build
Drop,
one
or
for each, because then we
Mm.
have the double resources?
defense?
Yeah.
on
Or-
these rounds and what
because
we
just-
just discussed now.
Problem is
Have
that you
any
cannot
questions
build here.
You wish to ask, Mr. Drop, if you want to take.
Yeah.
Can I access for the shit and build?
Defense, if you would you like to ask?
No, I cannot build.
Yeah, I would like to ask Mr. Webb a few questions, Your Honor.
Yeah.
How are you doing today, Mr. Webb?
Can you check?
I'm well.
Can you check if you can take items from your plot without destroying it?
Of the review scout case that occurred here.
Okay.
So,
Thinking if what happens if I put a wall into this to have the double.
Well, you're just wasting materials.
I was driving.
Because I destroyed this
Cadillac.
first one, then I have the second one too.
a Cadillac which has the judge in it, or
I was thinking to make double layer and
the
then
judge
have
was, I was given
stuff in the middle.
a Cadillac by the judge to drive,
Yeah.
and he was in a limo in front of us.
Let's see if I can
And
remove.
I was driving that.
okay. So basically, you were in the scene and you just like.
No, it only just shows me the remove all
Never
parts.
said a shot. I said I was ID'd.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
When you were interrogated in
That's the one I used today to remove the small hood I had at the airport.
Never said I shot it.
Anyway, moving on.
He never did say this.
Yeah, I never-
Fortunately, the other day I put all my stuff in the builder
Please
plot.
keep the evidence and the questions to the discussion that we're having right now, rather than anything progressing after.
I said I ID'd for them.
Moving on to
Oh.
the second question. So you said you were hired by the judge himself, not as a part of the company. So would you like please to explain to me? I'd like you to give me an explanation of what kind of company you were in at that time and what logo did it carry, the logo of the company.
I had no logo on the car, but the Death Eaters logo, which is a company I have.
Right. These are all my questions, Your Honor. I guess you had all these answers and noted it, and hopefully we'll prove it all along with the coming evidence. Thank you, Your Honor.
Please be seated, and please refrain from teasing me. Mr. Drop.
Yes.
Would you like to continue? You guys like to continue on the prosecution side with any further evidence? Anything continuing on from the the current story from what I've been able to draw is you have.
Let me know once you put down your thing, and I take out the container so we can take out items.
Along with a bunch of other people to work in a motorcad to convoy the judge who was in a limo, you said, to the courthouse, and then work as a kind of a front door duty bouncer, checking people. And what kind of checks were you doing at the time? Was it just a normal routine check, not letting anyone in? Were you like the first line of checks? Is that what your kind of job was?
Yeah, I was just supposed to survey the area and just make sure no one. My main objective was to guard the judge. I know he had hired a team to protect him also, but I just happened to be at the airport when they said, "Hey, we need an extra person." So.
Oh right, okay. Perfect. So you weren't like front door duty as such. You were more like a patrolling around. You'd say like the courtyard, the car park area.
Yeah, I was, and I heard shots go off, and I took my gun out.
Okay.
So to protect, I guess, the front door, which I was
right.
To do.
Okay. Just wanted to, like I said, I just want to draw the story, make sure I'm not missing any bit out. So if you want to continue on from there, so you obviously stayed out there, so you weren't actually in the courtroom when the court was taking part. You were downstairs and outside. Okay.
Downstairs outside.
So if you want to continue on from where you were before, to kind of a bit more information on what happened around when the shots were fired, things like that. If you've got anything like that for us.
Not currently, Your Honor. I'm actually interested in seeing the evidence that they provide.
Okay.
The defendant.
Well, obviously at that point, we're continuing on to that. So likewise, defense, if you wish to come forwards, and as the prosecution side, if you wish to ask your questions away to either this side. So, Mr. Brown, if you want to Go behind the desk.
I'd like to call Mr. Whip.
Hello.
Yes.
And ask him a few questions.
The container is here, if you need to take stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a place.
You're going to be providing evidence. Please make sure everyone in the courtroom can see it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Hold so we make sure I can see it.
Okay. Before providing any evidence, I would like to ask a few questions. Do you allow me, Your Honor?
Of course.
Can you give me a full explanation of what clothes were you wearing that day, Mr. Whip?
I was wearing a brown hat, and I had a plate carrier, and I think jeans. I believe.
All right. Also, another question. Can you please tell me what weapon you had on you during that incident?
I had a sniper rifle.
Did the sniper rifle have a suppressor on it or not?
Yes.
Alright,
Okay.
Your Honor, I'll just send you the evidence of him and his ID, basically. So he was there at the incident when it happened. This is the first piece of evidence I'm going to be providing.
Could you provide it to the whole court so everyone in this room can see?
As you said, Your Honor. Alright, it was sent, General. If you look at this picture...
Yep.
You would see me taking the ID of Mr. Whip here. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm. Continue.
Okay, so if you look at his clothes, look at the right pocket on his plate carrier or vest.
Yep.
You would notice a logo of a certain company, a green one, which belongs to Black Hawk. So I would like to just notify you that the prosecution here lied about Mr. Whip not being part of the company and being hired by the judge himself, thus proving that he was actually a part of the Black Hawk security company.
Objection,
and was
Your Honor.
involved in the crimes.
Objection, Your Honor. I would like to firmly see the emblem. That is a very distorted picture of what the emblem would be like. If I could please see the company's emblem before proceeding.
I'll provide a picture of the a clear picture of the emblem, but now it's clearly showing a green emblem with the Black Hawk security. And as Mr. Whip said, he said a black and white emblem. Does this look any black?
I never said that.
Please hold 1 second, everyone. Everyone, please stop. What we're going to do is we're going to hold there. We're going to continue with this picture. When this officer has finished explaining everything with this picture, I would like you to present to the court rather, this evidence that you say you have on a bit more of a clear, definitive logo of what was the company you said?
Black Hawk Security. You can also see it on the guy behind him, so it clearly resembles the same logo of the company. And I would like to point that Mr. Whip here said that the logo he had on his car and on his blade is the logo of Death Angels, which presents a black and white logo.
Anything else from this picture? And obviously only this picture.
Yes, this picture shows his ID and the emblem logo. And this is all I got in this first piece of evidence.
Okay. I think he's using a counterfeit piece of Windows. You see down the bottom, activate Windows.
Anything else, Your Honor? Any questions?
Not on this piece of evidence. Mr. Drop, you said you had a question regarding the quality of the logo shown in this evidence. You've obviously noted that you feel that you can see the logo on this gentleman, which you've ID'd, and another gentleman behind. Could you present to the court this clearer form of image to it, and obviously so Mr. Drop here can see? And no, Mr. Compos, I can't
I
use
will
that.
look, if you can give me
Point
I
of
will
its
look
form.
like if I still have it in my case here. Yeah, alright, I'm done with the first piece of evidence. Anything else, Your Honor?
Whilst you sort that out, which I will give you 5 minutes to sort out, Mr. Wong, would you like to ask any questions to Mr. Whip?
Not at this moment, Your Honor. Not at this moment.
Yeah, if you want to take a seat then, Mr. Officer Brown. Mr. Drop, whilst we're here, and this evidence that's just been shown, do you have any other questions on this piece of evidence, and any of the information that this officer explained to us?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, you want to come up, and do you want to ask anyone in particular any questions, or if not,
Yeah,
then
I'll speak with Mr. Whip, I'll question him.
Okay.
Okay,
The mirror
Mr.
is
Whip,
saying, "Come here, Vika."
as the defense said, that they have the emblem of the company that apparently was supporting the judge that day.
Right.
Were you handed that by chance, or were you given it, or were you just find it, or?
The judge provided me everything I had to get.
Sorry, could you just please repeat the question, and ever so sorry, repeat the answer. Could you please not object while someone is talking and wait till they finish their sentence? Yeah, could you just repeat what you were... What
Do you want me to repeat the question?
How come Niall has his billings so high?
I was wondering if he was given the key.
Well, you can build as high as you can.
Oh, so the height doesn't have any limit anymore?
Nope.
I'm gonna make a fucking giant dildo going like 2 kilometers up in the air.
Well, there is a limit of how many walls you can have and shit like that, so it's limited by that.
A weapon as well? A weapon?
Simple stairs.
By the judge, yes.
Okay. That's all I have to ask.
From the judge, sorry, you say?
Yes, it was from the judge.
Thank you. What is your objection? Please stand.
Leading questions, Your Honor. This should not be asked at the court. Mr. Drop, his lawyer, is basically telling him what to say, what to answer. This can't be taken. This cannot be taken as actual questions.
Your objection is noted. Do you have this evidence for
Thanks,
us?
Your Honor. I'm still processing it.
Okay. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Drop?
No, that'd be it.
Okay. Defense, if you'd please like to continue with any form of the next piece of evidence, and I will obviously note that I am expecting this clearer image on this emblem before the end of the court case. Otherwise, I will be dismissing that quote or statement that you gave between the two.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, if you'd like to continue, next piece of evidence that you have.
Next. So, Mr. Webb, I would like to ask you a question. Have you used your weapon in that scene?
What? Me?
Can you tell me why you have used your weapon?
Never said I used my weapon.
Could we please stick with the first question you asked, which was, did you use that weapon on the scene?
Yeah. Did you use your weapon, Mr. Webb? Sorry, I didn't hear his answer clearly.
Cannot understand what you're asking me.
Did you use your weapon in the scene?
Did I use my weapon? I probably shot off a couple shots at this in the air because people were surrounding me. Shots were getting fired at everybody.
Why did you shoot double shots in the air?
Because I was getting shot at from the front of me, I was getting shot at the bottom of me, so I just shot it off in the air to get people away from me, and
you shot in the air with a suppressor to get people away from you.
Shot directly in the air.
Yeah. So you basically get away from you by shooting in the air with a suppressor.
I don't think you heard the question. I think
Anyway, my second piece of evidence is the video of him showing him pointing the gun, pointing his sniper at an officer, which disregarded shooting at him because he was a part of the Black Hawk security, which in return shot him and dropped him.
Before continuing with any explanation, could you please show this to the court?
Yes.
And any timestamp where we need to be starting, please let us know.
First of all, this is a picture of the a clearer picture of the emblem on his vest.
Okay, let's see that first.
Clearly showing that he was a part of a company, the Black Hawk Security, which means he lied at the first of this.
Your Honor.
Yeah, go ahead.
My client simply stated earlier that he was given the vest, the plate carrier, by the judge before assigned to the task. And along with a vehicle, I believe he said it was along with a vehicle, his clothing, and his weapons.
Thank you. We'll continue on. I've noted the evidence, so
I'll
thank you for
send
getting
the video
that, but
now.
if we can continue with the video.
This video basically summarizes the whole incident, the whole evidence, or most of it actually, on Mr. Whip, showing him pointing a gun at an officer and shooting
What
him.
the actual fuck?
What?
I had to sleep and wake up, and I think that my house agents are relocated. Oh.
Are they relocated?
Yeah, it sticks out a bit too much on that one. Outside the line.
I don't think that matters.
Thank you for that piece of information there. Thank you for damaging my ears on the recording.
Yeah.
From that evidence, could you please explain a little bit more on exactly what happened? As I say, my ears were quite painfully hurt.
Yeah, so this evidence shows Mr. Whip here carrying a sniper with a suppressor, whilst most of the officers were downed and killed. The next video and the first picture shows his ID as the first evidence I showed you, and the video
Wow.
shows him aiming at the officer and
Actual fuck?
running to hide after seeing the officer.
Objection, Your Honor.
Back at him.
Okay.
Just let him continue.
That seems to be a malfunction.
Yeah. It also shows the officer being downed. I also have an image of him shooting at the officer. I will be providing it.
Please hold on that. What was your objection?
Several points in that video, Your Honor, of an objection. I would like to first mention, actually, can I bring him to the stand, please?
You can.
I hope I find it.
Yeah, Whip, if you want to take a seat just for now.
Yeah.
Brown, please come forward.
Now, how are you bringing me to the stand?
Please just
You, Mr. Brown.
come behind the stand, please.
Okay, Mr. Brown. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Very good. Okay, you presented us earlier a picture of who we believe to be Mr. Whip on the day of the court case of Mr. Myers, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and you mentioned to us that what he was wearing accurately described what he was wearing, right? And you said that it was an orange hat, his jeans, and the were in the badge evidence photo?
I may need your help.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to point the attention in the video that he
need to find a pack of nails.
What we believe is Captain Whip.
Sorry, what do you need?
I need to find a pack of nails.
Police. Well, I would like to go back into the video and mention that Captain Whip was in fact given an orange hat that day, as we saw in the emblem video. If you will stop your video at 27 seconds, you will see plainly
I threw them towards the...
there is no orange hat on that gentleman who was firing back at the officer. Nothing there.
Plot,
him having a silencer, a suppressor on that weapon.
Yes,
There's no orange hat on him.
That was not the gentleman who was firing at him. And basically, you have not seen the whole video to come and comment on it.
I did.
I'd like you to see the whole video and look at the ambulance. You'll see a guy with an orange hat aiming and pointing the gun at the police officer. And one thing also to say, well, actually, I'll just keep it for later. You can continue with the questions.
No. Yeah, you told me to watch the whole video. I watched the entire video. I'm just simply pointing out that the gentleman who, I don't know who you were looking at in that video or what the officer was wearing, but if I look through that scope, I see nothing but a black hat and black armor. Those shots did not come from that gentleman either, but I am just simply saying that video is mainly predominantly looking at that guy who seems to be firing back and hiding.
Could bring that the truck and then flatten it.
I would like you to look at the video starting from second 11. Also, I would like you to take your glasses off because they seem to be providing some kind of discoloration. Okay. So
yes,
you'll
sure.
see a guy taking cover behind the police escalade and pointing the gun at the police officer who was downed during that incident. This guy runs to cover after he finds or sees the police officer aiming that way.
What the hell
okay, so you
do the
see a
nails
gentleman who runs to the ambulance.
Do you have a nail on
Yellow.
To get to later on in the court case.
Yellow package.
Simply mentioning, there's no video
Tiny one,
of
big
him
as cigarettes.
by the gentleman by that ambulance. That's the only time you see him. The only time you see him is simply when he runs
Just get more
to
from the
ambulance. That's all we see of him, correct?
Yeah,
there's no video proof of him firing. There's no video of him shooting a weapon or anything. We heard shots, but we don't see anyone shooting.
You didn't hear shots. You didn't hear shots because it was a suppressed. You heard bullets hitting the.
Then I saw you fall to the ground.
Yeah, I will
hit
now.
the ground.
Yeah, I'll now provide you with a picture showing him shooting. The picture is not clear, and you know, I would like you also to take your glasses off. This is the second time I request that to see this video. See this picture. Yes, this picture instantly before the death of the officer was
send you a message on your phone-ish.
Noticed it, yeah.
Instantly before him being shot.
The code goes to these doors.
Actually, someone peeking out from behind the ambulance and shooting at him. Shows also the dust.
Oh, I see. What do you see exactly? I don't see anything. And my glasses, I've actually cleaned my glasses. There's nothing there.
Can we please just hold just one moment? 2 points. If anyone in the viewing gallery makes another comment, another laugh, or anything like that, they will be straight out this courtroom. And regardless of whether your glasses have been cleaned or not, please do remove them. They are sunglasses. They should be worn indoors.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And just please continue. You were explaining about this evidence.
Alright, so basically you guys don't know anything about weapons, so I would like to explain that. When you fire a weapon, you know there's weapon smoke, because it's bullet coming out of the barrel. And what the picture shows is weapon smoke coming out from behind the ambulance and the guy peeking from there and shooting from there with a suppressor, because the gunshot was not heard at that time. Which limits Mr. Whip, who went to cover behind the ambulance and was not seen after that until he shot the police officer. Do you have any
I understand. Yes, I do. Quite simply asking, just based off of that photo you just sent me, can you prove or video-wise, you say, because that's part of the video, right? I believe that's the same video that you got that from. So you would be able to see potentially the smoke in that video at 35 seconds, correct?
Correct.
You just hold a moment. Well, what was that, Commander?
We have an Isaac Parker outside that's wanting to come in for his name we mentioned.
An Isaac Parker?
I believe he was the...
Yes, Isaac Parker is welcome to come up.
Yeah, okay.
Please continue, sorry guys.
Okay, I would like to start, if everyone can please refer back to the video, at 30 seconds, okay? 30 seconds is more than enough time. That's 5 seconds before we claim that the shots were taken.
Sorry, this was 30 seconds in the video, sorry. Back, the one that was just shown.
Yep, 30 seconds into the video of the one that he provided. Okay, so if you start from 30 seconds, you will see that he takes a shot at whoever that was. At no point was there ever been seen a little spark that was taken right there. There was nothing of that.
Yeah, because basically you're not watching the video in a very slow motion, which we do to actually process our evidence before doing that, you see?
Right.
I have evidence.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm proving your evidence wrong here, but that's not proof, though. You're right. I'm not maybe seeing it. Maybe my glasses messed up my eyes in this courtroom, but I simply see nothing in this video that would potentially
which makes you ineligible for actually saying or proving my evidence wrong or not.
You don't see him taking
Please hold. Please, both of you, keep your comments aimed towards the other person to yourself. It is my job to decide whether this evidence is falsifiable or not, not yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please continue.
I would like to just simply note, I'm done with questionings. I just like to simply note that I don't see any evidence here that basically provides the shot of Mr. Whip taking any shots on or taking shots from a cop. I just simply see, I think what I see, a cop on cop action, and that goes with my point with Captain saying that there were cops firing at other cops. And that is all I'd like to mention, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Please be seated.
Do you want me to put the container closer to your thing?
You've been particularly quiet today. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
Sure. Can I bring, can Mr. Webb go to the...
No, I'm good.
You can. And if you'd like to just be... yep, and just make your way up to the front. And go ahead.
The weapon, what weapon did you have, Captain Whip?
I didn't really look at it. I just knew that I had one. It was a sniper rifle.
Okay, so let's just say it's an M24, which I believe that's what it is. With a suppressor and a very high-end scope, I believe. Is that the modifications you had in your weapon?
I had no scope. It was just a sniper rifle. They used the sniper gun itself and aim down it and shoot. It's a hunting rifle.
That's not possible, sir. There's no actual iron sight on that weapon.
It's a hunting rifle. It's a hunting rifle. Sure
okay, but you did admit before there was a suppressor.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Because I have to relocate it, so I can't put it in the middle.
The GoPro shot, when you were shot, there was no sound of an actual round being fired. And the second bullet that was fired did also have sound. And plus I believe that's the weapon he had was an M24, which has a reload time of 3 seconds and 2 milliseconds.
I think I told you, and it should be in your arrest thing, but no,
I'm just describing what the weapon. I mean, to me, it feels like the weapon you had was the weapon that we believe was the one used
I understand that, but
the timing of the reload time for the second bullet is perfect match to the weapon you had. And
I think PD and their equipment is breaking the island.
apparently he IDs me, looking and he's shooting at another guy.
What do you mean?
There was a shot off. Where's the smoke?
No, I'm just saying the weapon.
I think they have way too much stuff. Everything is slow.
You just said I shot twice. So I shot off anything. In that first video, it should be 2 shots from me. It should be 2 pictures of smoke coming out my gun.
What the fuck would have it landed? Jesus.
I'm saying the second shot, I believe that it was the same weapon.
Shot, but the first
due to the reload time and there was sound of the actual
No, I'm just looking for the older ones.
The first shot you said that went off, and when the officer was looking at me, did you see any smoke come out my gun? If that was me in that picture. I was smoke.
It looks like the individual peeking from
the first shot. See, that went off apparently. Alright. Look at it.
Nice ass.
Any other questions, Mr. Wong?
Thank you. No, Your Honor. That is it. Thank you.
Mr. Drop.
That's the same picture.
Yes.
Do you have any further questions? Anything you'd like to add to what's just been mentioned by Mr. Wong here?
Yeah, I do like to bring the point that my client brought up a good point, saying that if there were 2 shots taken, and it were to be true, a little slight bit of gas that would come out of the end of the gun.
Do you still have the Humvee here?
I would like to simply state that it wouldn't even be noted, that one, because technically if there were 2 shots, and that was a shot, then you only have technically 1 of that one shot.
No, I just want to look for the fucking nails.
I did not say the second shot was actually his fire. I'm just telling you that if
could be stuck in a tree, maybe.
Time of the weapon and the suppressed fire seemed to be that there was the first shot shooter that with the second.
Humvee or truck?
That is all.
Humvee.
You just made it. You just seemed like you twisted it a little bit.
I think you have to go with the truck. The Humvee separate.
If you believe that's why I said that is your opinion.
Disappeared.
Bickering between you.
Yeah.
Please be seated.
That's not possible. Maybe it went to car storage. Close by.
There we go. What we'll do now is we're going to be continuing on with some more evidence here. Defense.
Why is it 1,300 meters away? The fuck? But that one is...
Mr. Webb, a few questions, and I would like to bring CLPD Commander...
There's a truck outside. There's a truck.
We'll allow Mr. Webb some time to rest his poor knees and record for the command.
Alright then, I'll call for Mr. Drop, his lawyer, he must know everything.
I said we'll call for
I wouldn't be surprised if it's stuck in a tree somewhere.
How are you doing, Commander? I would just like to ask you, you have taken
also, those things don't flatten.
Is a part of the Black Hawk Security Company, is that correct?
Yeah, that's true.
And do you know what that price was? What do you call?
I believe it was Frank Myers.
Yes, and Mr. Frank Myers pled, what was his plea, if I may ask?
Yeah,
Alright, thank you. Commander, this is my question. These are all my questions for you. I would like you to bring up to these.
Step down. Mr. Officer Brown has requested from this woman in tone. Then everything calm and nice and she say, please do not say.
Yeah, Mr. But I'd like to ask you a question. Sure. You said that the plate carrier and the hat and basically the outfit of Mr. Wood here was given by the Judge Isaac, right?
This is correct.
So basically the judge gave him the plate carrier which has the emblem of Black Hawk Security on it?
That's correct.
Do you know that now you're accusing the judge by actually planning out and, you know, causing all this?
Dear Lord, I gotta get it.
I am not
Do you know
simply
that?
putting it that I am accusing the judge of anything. I am simply accusing you guys of putting this man in prison when he did absolutely nothing wrong. That's a whole separate court case, isn't it?
You heard that, Your Honor. He's accusing
Your
us.
Honor, he is a. I am not accusing him of anything. I am simply trying to stay on task of this court. And he is simply obliging me that I am assuming that the judge did this when I am simply trying to stay on court task.
So basically,
Noted.
the judge runs the Black Hawk security company, and he gave out all the outfits to all the people who participated. Even Frank Myers, who pled guilty of Black Hawk being actually a part of this.
I simply am telling you that what my client has gotten from the judge might have very well been from the company, but nothing was said that what I would believe. But Mr. Whip, as he did claim that he was an individual only hired by himself to take this task.
Alright, these are all my questions, Your Honor. This is my final verdict. Thank you.
Please be seated. And mentions in this court of the judge himself. Honourable Isaac Parker has in fact joined us today. He is here to be able to ask any questions too, as he has now arrived. Defence. Would you like to continue?
I think I'm gonna give a call to Charles. Maybe he can help find.
Yeah, I would like to ask the judge a few questions actually. Mr. Isaac.
He's just making his way forward.
How are you doing, Your Honor?
Not too bad, sir. Yourself?
I'm good. I hope you're good after all the trauma that happened with us. Anyway,
Took a few years of the Caribbean island.
Yeah, I would this. I would just like to ask you this a few questions. You know,
Yes.
as I've noticed from Mr. Drop. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. So Mr. Drop assumed and said that you actually provided all the equipment to Mr. Whip. Is that correct?
No, this is a total lie.
Okay. So when you did you hire Mr. Whip individually or not?
No, I hired Hawk Security.
And Mr. Whip was a part of Hawk Security.
No idea. As I say, I just contacted the leader of Hawk Security, explained there was a high value case and that I would require his services to protect myself.
Yes.
We agreed a fee. The fee was paid.
Okay.
I was
So
told
basically-
three men would arrive at for X amount of cash. I paid the sum. Them guys picked me up and booked me to the courtroom.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Alright, I guess that's it. I mean, that sums it all. I have nothing to say anymore. I just leave it up to the judge. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Again.
Please be seated.
I
And,
don't.
welcome again.
Isn't that sorry?
Mr. Wong, do you have any questions for the judge while he's here? While the fellow judge is not?
But I have compliments for his suit. He looks very nice.
Any
What do you
serious
say?
questions over here, but from the prosecution?
Nope,
Any
that'd
questions
be
for the
Your
judge? Feel free to be seated. Thank you for your time, sir.
No problem.
Alright. But just to clarify, defence here, do you have any form of questioning, any other evidence you wish to show to the court today? Now is your final chance.
Do you have anything, Steve?
No, I think everything has been explained. So,
Yes,
no, Your Honor.
Yeah, everything has been said, and I thank you again for giving us.
Prosecution. Do you have any questions, any evidence you wish to show to this court?
No, that'll be it.
What I'm going to do is we're going to take a quick break, quick adjourn. This is your time to have your snacks, any form of drink. I will be forming my verdict here, and I will be back shortly with the outcome.
Hey, Chloe, do you have some water?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's terrible, isn't it? Ladies present and you are mean me.
Right, what have we got here?
I might have some water.
Shit, man, I'm sorry.
Let's have that. Put some water in that.
We normally wait for the
What's your name, sir?
notification.
How's it going?
Sorry about that.
What do you think happened?
There you go, sir.
Dude!
Well.
Yeah, that's a nice office. Yeah. Sort of good. Yeah, nice.
Right, so I've got to get the verdict for this case. Where, although I can't see any form of evidence that that person shot at the police, they've not shown any evidence to say that they were involved. However, the other one did. They had a clear matching outfit, and the judges said that they didn't in any way do anything. Don't. God, I know what I'm going to do.
Oh, that's great.
They're not going to be charged with anything apart from lying. I know, sucks. But 8.9 million, you can't award that when the judge at the time literally said that he didn't hire them, or didn't kit them out. Obviously, these evidence is a bit shit. Not gonna lie, it's fucking terrible. It doesn't show any form of shots or stuff like that. So compensation, compensation can be given out. It's already been shot one person committing, proving guilty or innocent at the time. The evidence of this individual person wasn't particularly good.
You're naked!
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but you can't mess with him for peeing when you're naked.
Yeah.
Decent exposure. No, you're naked.
No, I'm not. I'm not following you. What the fuck? Put some clothes on, sir.
What language you might call now?
Well, as far as everybody else's eyes, you're naked. Well,
I don't go with the naked guys, you know? No, I'm staying right here.
You're naked.
You're what?
Lawyer, you see this?
Do you hear that?
This guy's just forcing the decent exposure, and he's trying to make this man go down with him.
I'm going.
You hire a lawyer.
You can.
Commander, please don't go anywhere. I'll go to you as well.
Okay.
Bad court case. There's so much shit, so much wrong about it. Just so much.
thought they might have. Never mind.
Just gonna wait for everyone to come back in, everyone to take a seat, and we'll be started. Looks like there's a big gathering coming back in now. God knows where the EMTs went to, but it looks like it's quite a big situation.
Oh, sorry.
That has been noted. I did notice it. Yes, that is not continued just yet. Commander, whilst you handle the water,
What do you want from me, man?
Please call me.
Could the officer and that guy in that suit, please just calm down a second. Guy in the suit. What's your name?
I'm Mr. Hashtag.
Would you like to just step forward, please? What's with the language in my courtroom?
Well, the thing is, the officer over there, the naked one, is keep coming after me.
Hang on a minute. I've got a court case here to run, my friend. Didn't ask for your life story, I asked why you're swearing.
Yeah, that's why I'm here, for the court case, you know, but the guy over there keeps on harassing me.
Okay. Doesn't excuse you to use bad language. Please be calm, take a seat, and I will deal with it now.
Okay.
Mr. Commander, is this gentleman over here in the middle of the road that's now walking away from me? Does he have a name? Is he part of your force?
He's Blue Mouse.
Any reason why you're naked, sir?
I believe I am dressed.
Fixing the issue of not being dressed, sir.
Yeah.
By any chance, did you try and put some clothes on?
I've tried.
Commander, keep your mouth shut when I'm talking, please.
Say again, Your Honor? I didn't catch that, sorry.
Yeah, I do apologise, your commander was talking out of line. You say you were trying to fix your lack of clothes. By any chance, did you try putting some clothes on?
I have tried, I see clothes, I see that I'm dressed. But apparently to others that I am not.
Sounds like it.
Mr. Commander?
Yep.
In any way, do you think this is acceptable that your officers are patrolling around naked in my courtroom?
No, not at all, but I'm surprised you brought it up after an hour of him being stood there at the back of the room.
From that distance, any form of visibility to something that small is a bit difficult. On second thoughts, I'm focusing on the court, not on him. I have noticed it. And yes, you have been naked the whole time. And answer my question, please. I haven't got all day. Do you think it's acceptable?
No, it's definitely not acceptable.
It isn't, is it?
No.
Have you ever been checked up by an EMT, sir?
Yeah, I believe I'm in good health.
You believe you're in good health where you're imagining you're wearing clothes when you're actually not? Wipe that grin off your face, Commander. Mr. Commander.
Yeah.
I do not accept, in any form of this excuse, your officers walking around in this courtroom naked. I am hereby for this situation fining the CLBD $25,000. I do not want this to be happening again. That language also, Mr. Commander, is not acceptable. That is another 5,000, up to 30,000. I will not have you swearing at me. Please go back into your corner. And,
excuse Your Honor, to try to fix
Mr. Bluemouse, you had an hour to fix, more than an hour to be fixing your nakedness. EMTs that are present in this courtroom, is there a EMT chief? I take it that's you at the back. This officer here, Mr. Bluemouse, do you specialise in any form of insanity training, insanity course for the fact that he doesn't like wearing clothes?
Well, we could work one up for this time, yeah.
I'd like that to be done, thank you. Note that, Mr. Commander, he is to do that. Please go to the back of the room and get some clothes on. I do apologise to the rest of the courtroom, that disgusting display. You might think having to worry about something so small is a bit of a concern, but it's not. I do not accept it.
Thank you, Judge.
Back onto the more important piece of news. As well, apologies to the lady that was assaulted at the beginning of the court case. That was also dealt with. The person has paid their time. I do hope, however, that they formally apologise to you in person. And back to the case itself. If the prosecution could just remind the court and myself exactly what you expect the outcome to be of this court case today. Sorry?
Yeah, I'll speak.
There we
go. Yeah, go ahead.
I can't hear him.
Okay, now I'll say I just wanted compensation for the time I served in prison because I was falsely accused of shooting an officer, and I just want compensation working with other people. So just want compensation for what I did.
Okay. Thank you for the deep ending to that sentence.
Why I served 9 hours in prison.
How long, sorry?
8:15, sir.
Mr. Commander.
It took you 45 minutes to get me.
Please hold just one moment. That comment is unacceptable. Please leave my courtroom now before I get you kicked out.
That was me, Your Honor.
Faster. Shut the door behind you. Messing with the doors. Shut the doors. Thank you. I do apologise. The CLPD seem to think it's a joke today. You say it was 9 hours of jail time that you wish to be compensated for. Could you remind the court the exact amount of compensation you are seeking today?
Alright, I was put in jail for 8:15, but it took 45 minutes to come and pick me up, which I think one of them said that I'll be compensated for that. Anyhow, yeah, 8.9
One of these two officers here.
Brad Brownie, I believe I called him on the phone, and he said, well, if you come and pick me up, you comp me for the 45 minutes because they're busy dealing with something. Yep. Did you hear that? Anyhow,
it was
yeah, 8.9, 600K an hour. But I have, I have a business partner. I have a business partner I work with, and I had 3 car orders that day, and I was trying to get my stuff done after the whole shindig went down.
Okay. I'd like to start off by saying that at the beginning, defence and prosecution, you were all sworn in by the court-martial to speak the truth in all of evidence you were given. However, it does appear that the prosecution did seem to, what I feel, twist your story in by saying that the judge outfitted you with this plate carrier and the jeans, you say, and the outfit when they hired you, and the vehicle. Not denying from any of that part, apart from the fact that the judge himself, present today, has said that in fact that is a complete lie. Over to the defence side, all of your evidence that was shown today, I don't see any of the evidence successfully shows this person here being the person that shot you. We can see from the evidence that this person was at the site, he was identified, and he did have a plate carrier on for the company that you described at the time. Which, can you remind me, was it Black Hawk Security?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you proved with evidence.
Sorry, Your Honor. It's not Black Hawk. It's just Hawk.
Just Hawk. So Hawk Security, and you've just provided the evidence to show that this gentleman here was in fact hired as part of this group to commit this duty. Also, a lot of the questions back and forth about the type of weapon and the fact that whether it had a sight on or a suppressor on or things like that didn't really interest the court today. Yes? If it's quick.
Anybody else see that?
I've seen all the evidence, I've already made my verdict. I'm not going to be swayed now. Mr. Whip, I would remind you that your charges, when you were charged and arrested at that time, none of your charges were for any form of direct murder. You were charged for the fact that your team, as such, were the people committing the murders and the offences at the time. However, from the evidence shown today, none of it shows you in person being the person that actually did any shooting to that one officer that any evidence showed. But, as explained before, other people in the same company have been arrested since, proven guilty, and on top of that part, the fact that you lied outright through your teeth and skin to the courtroom is something that is highly unacceptable and should be frowned upon, and for that reason I'm not going to be awarding any form of compensation for today, apart from the 45 minutes that you were promised as reimbursement to your detainment time, we shall call it. So you will be reimbursed for that. You say it was how much what was your earnings per hour?
600k.
600k. So the CLPD as a whole will be paying you 450,000. That will be for the 45 minutes detainment time, and that will be that. That'll be from the CLPD department. I would like you to keep quiet. But, as of today, you will also be charged to the court $250,000 and serving 30 minutes of jail time for lying to the court. So in total, you'll be going home as such. From the 450k, you'll be taking away 200k. 250k will be going to the court. Do you have any questions on that?
First of all, I believe I didn't lie to the court, but it's my word against his, so, but he's a judge, so what can I say?
Okay, can I ask a quick question, Anna?
You can.
Okay, you saying I hired you, how much did I pay you?
I wasn't compensated for this because everything was going down.
Oh,
so
you're saying I hired you personally, how much did I pay you?
Did I not see you at the airport?
No. I have evidence I sent payment to one person.
That's all fine and dandy, but did I not see you at the airport?
No, I was picked up from the AMT HQ.
Okay, alright, that's what you say.
EMT Chief, if you're available over communication, could you call the commander back in?
Alright, well, no black man going to jail.
You can state something, but there will not be swaying any form of ruling here. Please be seated for a moment.
Line.
Can you be compensated for the 8.5 hours?
Hold on, you're gonna have to talk up because I can't even hear you over here.
Yeah, he said, Mr. Rip said that he waited for 45 minutes, which is completely false. Can he provide evidence for that? And I would like to say that when I arrived at the jail, Mr. Whip was sleeping, and I waited for him actually for more than 20 minutes to arrive.
So Brownie, you're gonna say that you denied that you said you will not caught me because you guys were busy chasing Charles Morley?
I have called you, and I told you that, but I also
did you not say that?
Could I just check who's Ronnie? Sorry.
Yeah, Brownie, Officer Brown. Yeah. Well, did I not talk to you on the phone?
Yeah, we talked on the phone, and
did you not say you caught me? Did you not say you caught me for 45 minutes? Yeah. I got there. 45 minutes. Yes, you did. When you got there, 45 minutes. I was talking to my lawyer at the time, so he saw that I was waiting there for a long time. You said that when you got there at 45 minutes, I fell asleep for a second, and then you had to wait on me for 15 or 20 minutes, however long. But then I came back.
When I arrived at the jail, you were sleeping, and you were sleeping for more than 15 or 20 minutes.
No, that's not true. Actually,
the accusation.
Can
Officer Wong came at first.
Yeah, it's done.
Can I just say something?
You can.
As
long as it's no form of swearing.
No, so I believe that, so he only spent 45 minutes extra in jail, is that what he's saying?
No.
No, I mean extra, sorry.
No, the reimbursement for the 45 minutes is the overall extra detainment time from the processing and everything else to take him to jail. And the whole...
Yeah, so he spent 45 minutes extra in jail than he should have done, is what you're saying?
Correct.
So, I believe that for the first 30 minutes, we're allowed to keep him for 30 minutes, and then it's every 10 minutes after the 30 minutes to get $1,000 every 10 minutes.
Yeah, so the compensation is, that's already noted, the compensation is for the work as well on that point. However, you as a commander, you do bring up the point of the fact that, and apologies to the court, once that person's detained, and you were detained, then as the court feels you were arrested lawfully and prosecuted as expected, you wouldn't have been working at that point anyway. You obviously, as you say, you earned your money being paid by the judge, or the judge at the time, hired out to prosecution. But the fact that you lie and you still think you weren't lying on the day, and that the judge hired you, like I say, you will be serving that jail time for lying to the court. And as it was detainment time, and as this commander has clearly presented at the time, unless you feel otherwise and can prove any form of reason why you should be detained, you shouldn't have been detained for extra 45 minutes. That will be dropped.
I can't say why it's being argued myself. The decision's being made.
Any comment from the prosecution? I can't hear you, sorry. Still can't hear you. Nope.
How about now?
Yep.
Okay, beautiful. Alright. So I know it has nothing to do with probably the end result of it all, because it was all said and done. But with the badge, he never did present that, so I was wondering if that was still, you know,
the badge was yeah, the badge was presented.
Okay.
However, it was dismissed.
Okay.
It was noted that the badge was shown on both pieces of evidence, but overall, for the fact that the evidence has been permitted by the Honourable at the time, stating that he did not individually hire, that badge was irrelevant to the case from that part.
Understood, Your Honour.
Any further questions?
Not for me.
So, Mr. Whip, I do find you guilty today of lying to the court. You will be serving the 30 minutes of jail time. However, the detainment time and reimbursement for that is being dropped. Along with that, you will also be dropped for your the charge as such. It's down to 50,000.
I would like to say something, Your Honor.
Yep. You can, yes.
Yeah, I would like to counter-sue his lawyer here for wasting police time.
Denied.
During the court, an ATM was dropped and we received a call for it, and we received so many calls for gunshots in Georgetown. So basically that's a waste of police time, and there weren't enough personnel out there to respond.
No offense, officer, but if you guys did the paperwork correctly, you wouldn't be here.
Like I've already stated, denied.
You still there?
Make some form of counter-suit, you make it at the beginning. Because now you're wasting my time, and I'm sure you don't want to do that.
Sorry,
Any further questions?
No, Your Honor.
Commander. Please pay your fine as well to either myself or the other justices here. It's $30,000 for your crude language and the naked officer. And
can you move the container a bit? I had to move the
obviously going back for
the
entertainment sign,
location a bit.
For obviously lying today. Any further questions?
Yes. What do you want?
Well, currently it's within my walls, so.
Court dismissed.
Wait, no offense, Honor, but you've kind of made a confusion on what needs to be paid.
Yes. No, it was 450k was going to be paid in the detainment time, which has since been counter-argued, and the evidence, what the officer said, reminded me of that.
No offense, Honor, but you'd already made your judgment.
And both sides were given their chance.
Yeah, but once you make your judgment, there shouldn't be any change in the judgment. You should stick to your judgment. Failing to stick to the judgment voids everything.
My final decision was given as the final decision at the end.
So you can put your hands down. Sir? Mr. West, you can put your hands down.
It's saving, so.
Alright, do you wanna follow me?
How the fuck does
Hey,
that
drop
work?
there, and I'll put something in your account, dude. Let's see.
Hey man, it's all good. I'm sorry about it.
Look, he's going to jail for lying, saying I issued this. Yeah, but he's being sent to jail for lying to the court, saying I issued the equipment.
He should have gotten compensated for all his compensation.
For my eyes, the judge made his final judgment.
Yeah,
Murder his chambers. Then he changed it.
I'll drop
the
that.
whole
Then the
case
cops
will be
would
fucked.
have changed it.
Well, that's judge. He learned how to judge.
And then when you get out,
Judge should know to stick by his judgment, and once a judgment's made, not change it.
I don't understand how he's going back to jail.
Drop those down, too.
He just spit. He shouldn't have been in there in the first place.
For a different crime.
You found him not guilty.
Yeah, but you say you found him not. The evidence wasn't sufficient to jail him, but yet he's getting no compo for it.
No, no comp at all.
That's not what I stated.
Oh, so you think 50 grand is enough compensation, but getting off hours in jail?
That's neither what I stated. I stated the evidence. All I stated was the evidence shown today didn't at any point that person shooting a gun directly, which would have been a full-on murder or attempted murder, not a
You need to go some balls, Judge. You need to go some fucking balls.
Mr. Webb, could you put your hands up, please?
Alright. Hey,
Yeah?
You've been wrongly done, Mr. Whip. I'll say that much. Might have lied about it, but you've definitely been wrongly done by.
Hey,
That is just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, at an EMP, I'm allowed to apply. Or is it just...
Judge applications are closed at the minute. You can only go to be a lawyer. Obviously, as an EMT, you can't be a lawyer.
Yeah,
Give me
but
one.
there's only
Got any water?
I'll speak to Dan, the Honourable Justice, sorry, find out, because obviously we went through the whole system, revamped the entire system.
I was reading into that.
Yeah, and obviously the last thing, the thing we haven't worked on yet is an application process for the judge.
Yeah, because
so we need to get together and work on that.
It would be nice to have some around.
Yeah, but the problem you see, yeah, you can very possibly do it. Let's move out of here. Let's move out of here. Sort of these.
Did you put 2 benches here, or what?
So?
It looks like you have more than 5 blocks. Can you open the door?
You want anything that might actually fill me up?
Oh, there's the door.
No, well, I gave my
I need first aid though.
Ah.
I'm that thirsty.
Yeah, seems to be 7 on 7.
Yep, I don't know how you manage that, but it should be 5 by 5.
So I'm confused who actually won.
I wonder it's taking so many fucking resorts. Could it be that when I reload back that the yellowish area is in the middle? So it's cutting some of this in half. That the square.
Could be.
Oh my fucking god, you scared me. Oh shit. Fuck that, for a second I saw it there, then it showed up here. That was fucking knocked. Oh like, shit. We need lumber. I have more in Capkulan. Why is that dude always in jail?
He's pending search warrant.
He's either in jail or growing drugs, nothing else. Yeah, the edges of the yellow area, it cuts some of this in half, that's why. Incoming recon.
Oh, it's Charles. Hey, Charles.
Hi, you building a house?
Yeah, sort of a safe house. I was actually looking for you. I called you earlier.
Oh, sorry. What's up?
You sound weird. Did you do something to your voice?
How about now?
There you go. Oh my god, yeah, much better. Yeah,
Sorry.
I threw a box of nails around here. I looked everywhere. I cannot find it. Can you see if could be around here? Maybe. There should be 500 nails.
Shit. 500 nails. Can help you look, but okay.
Oh look.
I mean,
tiny white dick.
Looks like when you jumped off your building, you hurt yourself a little bit. Hang on,
yeah.
Let me just help you out there real quick. There you go. I can help you look, but there's not much I can do. I mean, if you can't find it, I'm not sure if I can. I mean, I got glasses, but they're not really helpful. They're just for looks, you know. Which direction did you throw it?
Oh, I threw it this direct from that building. So it should be around this path.
You did not throw it in the trees, did you?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Could be stuck in a tree, alright.
In 500 nails is a lot. That is true.
I tried knocking down the small trees, but it's not there. But then again, there's these bigger trees.
Yeah, those bigger trees are really difficult to get down. There's not particularly much I can do to help you with that. I'm sorry.
Alright. If you can't, you can. That's alright.
Alright. Well, I just came by to see all the people that were building new stuff around here, and I happened to come by here. Didn't expect anyone here, to be honest, but... alright. Well, enjoy building, and be careful, alright?
Alright, thanks. See ya.
See ya.
use those frequencies, and you're listening to Armada Night Radio.
Yes.
How is it going?
It's going. Here, car.
Sounds like a plane.
Actually, yeah.
any medic kit on it?
Yeah. The code is the same as yours.
Why are you shitting on the ground, man? Thank you.
No problem.
You don't have any small one?
I do have small ones as well.
I'd rather use a small one. Small bleeding.
That time of the month. This structure is a bit problematic.
Trying to make it camouflage.
Maybe. The thing is, I'm pretty limited as I cannot place foundations where I want them to be placed. It's even here. What the fuck?
Open.
I cannot build foundation anywhere in the middle because I want to put some stairs or something.
Is it because it's too bushy or?
I don't know. For example, here it's completely clear of anything. There's nothing in the way, but I cannot build. The ground here, the ground it's just a little bit not level. In that one corner by the door, but still I cannot build. I can put a big one, a raised one, but that doesn't help much.
Can't remember if it still works or not. When it just started, right?
Yeah.
Mute your live eyes for a second.
All this entire time, I was on the fucking streaming soon.
Sorry?
This entire time, I was stream starting soon instead of the game. What the fuck?
Lol.
Noob.
So just did the opposite, you start actually streaming.
Yeah.
What?
While I was streaming.
So many fucking cops, jeez.
Yep.
Can I try the same thing with the walls?
Oh, yeah.
It works.
Most likely.
Oh,
The thing is, I think you have 1 second to choose.
Ah. The door I have inside, when you go upstairs, you didn't lock it, I think.
Okay, let's see.
Lock it later on. House is so fancy.
This one here?
Yep.
It's locked now.
Shit. Such a fancy house, man.
Use the phone.
So it doesn't have a toilet, but what the heck?
You'll put one at some point.
dashing rhythms all around. We dare to say that it was an exceptional guest mix. Thank you so much, Eric Murillo. And we keep the good vibes going. Up next are 3 Armada Deep releases. We start off with Outrun by the Hovenaar, Dangerous Behavior by Mike, Dangerous Behavior by Mika Mago and Tiggy Hawk, and Running by Low Step.
Is there something bigger I can see? What could be the reason for me being here? I can see the difference.
If you need more materials, you can pick it up. Actually, let me give you the keys. I are going to take a small break. Sounds like you're in my brain.
I am.
Why are you hiding like chicken?
I'm not, I need to crawl down this tree, otherwise I cannot walk.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Don't die.
It was definitely closed. Your garage door are not synced, by the way.
I know. I don't know what to do with them.
Place them after each other.
I'll try that.
And don't get caught, boy.
I hope I won't.
Kelvo for Armada Night Radio.
No, just getting some milk, you know. What's going on, Marcel? Stop running. I wish I had a knife on me. Because I need some food as well. No, I don't know whose it is. Oh, you live around here as well?
Amazing vibes all around. Thank you, Borderless, for the amazing guest mix of the show. Amazing vibes all around. Thank you, Borderless, for the great vibes all around. Thank you, Borderless, for the amazing guest mix. After this guest mix, we have only one part of the show to go, and that's the spotlight. For those that like the tracks groovy and deep, here are 3 records coming.
So you all built in the danger zone?
Armada subject, and I'm gonna play you Handmade, the Boomdogs, and Funny Guy taken from this one. Enjoy.
I wish I could hunt, but I don't have a knife. glass wall. It is indeed. Nice. I didn't know this existed. Interesting. And also there's a lot of buildings around here. Interesting. Yeah, my this small house or building is supposed to be my safe house, where I will store all my naughty shit. In case I get a search warrant or something. Hopefully they won't find out that that is my house. So they only know about the tower in Lifu. Come on, car. Store. There you go. I wish we could have more areas where we could build. Fortunately, the tunnel terrain is not really suitable. But for now, I'm glad I have a slightly protected building. Probably upgrade it at some point, but now I don't have the material, so. Here, a helicopter. Northwest. Oh, it's going that way.
Before that, we have 2 records to get you in on. You know, our Never Let You Go by Danglo and Found You by Dimi and Ziba.
What do you mean? Yeah, I'm not sure if there will be any issues with the trees. I hope not. You mean the damage? Yeah, it's still 4,000, so... I'm not worried about people destroying it, because cops cannot take it down anyway, so... Not sure of what type of material, different material I could use to blend in. Maybe some sort of green, but we don't have any green material, so. Maybe steel. Yeah, with the steel it will be kind of expensive. But it will also be very strong, so. Yeah, well, technically I do have the materials, but they are all stored in the building plot of the other house in Lifu. That I don't want to take it down to take those materials. And you cannot take out the materials without taking down the building, so. Yeah, there's a helicopter in it. Could be the cops at jail. Northeast. Yeah, could be the cops at jail. No, I don't think I'll take it down. No. I should probably make a future request so we can remove the stuff from the workbench without removing everything. Because once you put the stuff in there, yeah, you're fucked. You need to either take down the building or... It's quite a lot. It's over 2,500 each, so... Yeah, it would be, but you can always ask civilians to take it out for you and you pay them. I assume that's how you did it anyway with the other buildings. Yeah. I need.
Channel switched.
Alright, I'm gonna stop the stream for now. Laters.